The Reformation Views of Man. Now the Reformers made a radical break with the Aquinas nature and grace dichotomy. They would turn to the biblical patterns of creation, of sin and redemption by grace, returning to Augustinianism over semi-Pelagianism. Now, an important person that we need to look at and his views is Martin Luther. Luther viewed the image of God within the whole man, body, soul, completely lost after the fall. Luther, when speaking about the capacities for man, said that man's eyes were sharper and clearer than those to an eagle prior to the fall. He believed that Adam was stronger than the lion or the bear, and which he handled and commanded like a trained dog. That was Luther's imagination of man in the image of God. Luther believed that this was completely lost because of the fall, and therefore today one cannot say that man is in the image of God. He did believe that through the redemption that Jesus Christ accomplished, it is possible for man to be restored to the image of God. Now we can see where he referred to these passages such as Colossians chapter 3 verse 10, and have put on new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. Now to Luther, man was created in the image of God, but in the fall he completely lost it. However, through the redemptive work of Jesus Christ, we are being restored in the image of God. Now the views of John Calvin. Calvin, one of the greatest theologians of the Reformation period, contended that philosophers had gone astray because they had overlooked the fall when discussing the nature of man. Now, he said that man who overlooked the nature of the fall were like men seeking a building amongst the ruins. They are like men who are looking amongst the scattered fragments for a well-formed structure. And this is a good picture of for this modern philosophers who are looking for man, and fortunately modern philosophy finds the building amidst the rubble. Now his idea is that man is still essentially good. Calvin agreed with Luther in that through the work of Jesus Christ, man can be restored to the image of God. However, Calvin did not agree with Luther that his belief that the image of God was completely lost in the fall. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as so much as he is in the image of God. Now, but woman is the glory of the man. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 7. See, in this verse, we see Paul clearly stating that man was made in the image and the glory of God, even in his fallen state. So Calvin and Luther both agreed that man was created in the image of God. Luther believed that man lost the image completely in the fall. And Calvin said no, that man did not lose the image of God completely. However, that Calvin believed to remain in a frightful deformity. He believed that man was mutilated, disease-ridden, and in addition, he further agreed with Luther, believing that it was the Word of God through the saving work of Christ to restore man to the image in sanctification. Now Calvin felt that man was still in the image of God, though deformed and disease-ridden and mutilated. These two reformers agreed in everything except for the loss of the image of God at the fall.